Just one of those situations that you never think it's gonna happen to you, and if it does happen to you, like in your mind you're like, oh, if it happens to me I would do this or I would do that, or they're not gonna do that to me. And it's like you just never really know until it happens to you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone has had a great week already. Halfway through the week. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my room is a mess. I actually just went through my daughter's things and kind of looked for things that don't fit her anymore and made a little bag for donations for our church. Moving on to the toys next. But other than that, that's what our day is going to consist of. Today is Wednesday, so she has her gymnastics class today. I think today is her 4th practice. She's doing really good. She really loves her instructor. She's learning a lot. She's starting to do like little things that she does at practice at home now. Really, I'm so happy about that. We actually leave on Friday for our little vacation. We're gonna be gone a week, I believe. I'll obviously bring you guys along with us when we go on this vacation. I also had a couple people tell me to do a story time. So obviously the most requested story time is real petty and real messy. I'm not doing that. I don't have the time or the energy. So I am not gonna be doing a story time on what probably is gonna get me a bunch of views. But I did get a couple other topics that people wanted me to talk about. I'm not gonna be doing all of the story times today just because that will take literally like forever. But I am gonna go ahead and do a story time on something really scary that happened to me. I wanna say like a week ago. I'll tell y'all exactly when it was, because it was right after the gym. I had to go grocery shopping. It was literally 6 days ago. So this is what I was literally wearing. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see that. I was wearing that, but I had a jacket. So I obviously put my jacket on. So I'm not going to the store like that. So I literally just had on leggings and a jacket. Not that it matters what you wear. That's ridiculous. You know, if you want to wear a crop top, if you want to wear little shorts or something, men should be mature enough to not take that as a sign that you're like easy to talk to or like you're asking for certain things. If we want something from a guy, we're gonna say it. I don't think that what we wear or what we post or anything like that should really I don't think that has any correlation. To get to the story time, 6 days ago, I live close to a shopping plaza, like a shopping mall, where there is a Winn-Dixie. I had to get like milk and like little things like that for my daughter, so I decided to go. I get in the store. Mind you, I go to this store all the time because like I said, it's really close to my house. I get in the store, and the type of person I am, I'm just gonna go through every aisle just to make sure I don't forget something, or maybe I see something that I'm like, you know what, I've never tried that, I'm gonna get that. So it was a typical shopping day for me. I went through every single aisle. Very first aisle that I go through, it's like I'm going towards the door. So as I'm going towards the door, I see just this guy come in. When I am in a tough situation, I'm on like my mentality, I could be scared shitless. My mentality is like, how am I going to fix this? How am I getting out of this? Like, it's like fight or flight type of thing. It's not like freaking out. I've just never been that type of person where I'm just like hyperventilating and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm just like going through the aisles type of thing, seeing what I need. And I look up and he's like right in front of me. He's kind of like smile at me, like a hello kind of smile. So I just looked down. Like I looked into my cart. I have my phone on in my hand anyways, so I was just like, okay. And we ended up bumping into each other like in a different aisle, and he once again smiled at me. So at that point I just felt like it was like I was rude if I didn't. So I kind of just was like, that's it. Looked back down, continued. I had like a little list on my phone, so I'm just like looking, da-da-da. I'm not thinking much of it. I mean, like in my head, I'm like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a regular person. He is just saying hi to me. He's just being kind. So whatever. I continue to shop. And then I'm starting to notice that he's like in every aisle that I'm in. And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe he does what I do, where you go through every single aisle. So still not thinking much of it. Going about my day, but I'm like aware at this point. Like at this point, I'm like, okay, what are you doing? So I'm still shopping around. I'm noticing that he's like behind me or like in front of me. Like he keeps popping up. I go in like the freezer area and I notice that he's kind of like catcalling me type of thing. He's a little far away from me and he's like doing that, and I'm ignoring it. Like at this point, I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna entertain you. Like I'm not trying to send the wrong message. I'm literally not interested. Like, and a lot of people, I think, get this mistaken. Like it's like, oh well, if he was your type or if he was cute, you know, you would have entertained it. And it's just like, I'm just not entertaining anyone at this point. I'm not looking to have a conversation with you. I don't want to hang out with you. I literally, and I make it very clear, you don't have to be rude. I think it's very easy to tell when someone is interested and when they're not. I was just not engaging in whatever he was trying to do. I realized that I forgot to get, like these like little protein things that I get for my daughter. So I'm like, fuck, like I have to go back in the aisle. I go like in a circle the opposite way because I'm like, well, he was over here, so I'm gonna go this way. I see that he's like in the area where like the meat is at, and that shelf for that is kind of lower just because like the meat is like, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not like up, it's down here. So it's shorter. And I can see I'm turning into this aisle. He's like on this side. And I can see from like the corner of my eye, because he's like right here. He's looking at me like over the shelf, if that makes sense. Like I need to go check out. Like I need to take advantage of the fact that he's over here. He's still shopping. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go check out. I was done with everything that I needed. So I go check out. Obviously, like every store now has a self-checkout. So I usually go through there, get in the line. There's only like one person in front of me, so I'm like, perfect. I go, I start checking out my stuff, and as I'm taking things out of my cart, I notice he's at the self-checkout next to me, and I'm like out of all the self-checkouts, and then I'm like, how did you get there so fast? Like in my brain, I'm like, what the hell? Let me see. Here. I'm still choosing to not engage, in anything he's doing, but then I had chosen to do a split payment. I had like 20 bucks left on a card, a gift card, and I wanted to use that before swiping my own card. I've done it before, like myself, in a self-checkout, and it was saying like decline. It was saying that, you know, I didn't have enough funds. I'm getting mad because I just want to leave already, and I call the lady and I'm like, hey, can you help me? You know, this is telling me it's declining. I understand I don't have enough funds on this card, but I want to do a split payment. So she's like, okay, give me a second. I'm going to help this lady over here. She was before you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's right there. So I'm like, I don't want him to see that I'm like panicking. You know what I mean? Ended up just waiting there. And my cart was between my cart and the other lady's cart, we were kind of blocking him off. So he was like, oh, you need help? And I was like, I already asked her for help. Like, I'm okay. You know, I moved my cart out of the way so he could go, keeping my eye on him. Because I'm like, this is where, like, I got to be careful. Like, when I leave here, he's obviously not going to, like, bother me too much in this store with people. I'm waiting for the lady. You know, she comes and helps me. We do the split payment, and I'm taking my sweet ass time because I'm like, let me buy myself some time so he can leave. Like, maybe I'm thinking like too negatively of this situation. Like, maybe this man just wanted to like say hi to me and that's it. Like, you're doing too much. I don't know. It was just the way everything was happening. It was giving me very much abduction, very much I'm gonna stab you to death because you don't want to be my girlfriend. I don't know, that's the vibes I was getting. As I'm finishing ringing everything up, I see that he's still at the door, like he's inside the store still, and he is like folding his receipt, putting it in his pocket. Like, you could have done that on your way to your car. He finally leaves when I'm like walking, so I decided to do the same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna sit over here and look at my receipt, see if everything was checked out properly. Like, I'm being petty because I'm like, no boo, we're not walking out together. And by like the window of the store so I can see, but there's like this freaking pole right in the middle, so I can't see exactly what he's doing, but I see that he's coming towards the store to like push his cart like to the little cart parking thing. I really wanted to see where his car was at because I was like, you know, they've been telling everyone to like be careful and like not park next to like trucks and stuff like that. Well, I'm like, okay, perfect. I see this like these two cars pull up with like families, so I'm like, this is my shot. Like, if I'm gonna go to my car, it's gonna be now. I need to be able to have some people right next to me so I can scream. I'm walking to my car because I'm like, this is my opportunity. Why is he like speed walking back to his car? At this point, I grab all of the freaking groceries like this and I just throw them in my car and I slam my door and I'm like, lock. Like, I'm in my car, I'm good. Turn my car on. Baby, I'm backing out that bitch. Like, we is getting chased by the police, okay? Like, if somebody's behind my car, you're getting ran over. Like, today is not the day to be walking behind my car, okay? Why is he standing right behind my car? Like, just standing there like this, watching me. And I'm like, what the fuck? When I see that, I'm like, arrest my case. Like, you were trying to steal me. Like, boo. I'm going home to my kid. Like, I'm not playing with you. I back out. I get to the little stop sign to leave the plaza. Why do I just so happen to look back? This man's car was parked right next to my car. A big truck, like a high truck. Like, if he were to like swoop me and throw me in that truck, nobody would have seen me because it was much higher than like my car. So like, they wouldn't even have seen me in that little crack right there. So then I see him pull out fast. So, you know, if it's one thing my baby daddy taught me is don't go straight home. Ever. I'm gonna make a right, even though I don't live this way. And I was just driving for like 15 minutes. My mom's calling me like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, the store's right there. Like, what happened? And I was driving around for like 15 minutes because, yeah, no, you're not gonna take me, boo. No, absolutely not. But I just really thought that I was gonna get abducted. I thought I was gonna get like killed for like my organs or something. That stuff is real. And not only just girls, like men, like y'all really have to really be aware of your surroundings. If you don't have a gun, get a taser, something. You have to have something to at least buy you some time to at least try to get out of that situation. I am not 100% sure if that was what was in his mind that day or if he was even thinking of trying to take me or something. But I just know that I really didn't feel comfortable in that situation. I was scared and I was uncomfortable. Like, I didn't like him following me around. I didn't like the cat calling. I went to school for paralegal studies and I spent my whole life looking at First 48 and stuff like that. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm into. So it's like, you hear these stories of men wanting to get a woman's attention, and then when they feel rejected, you know, they'll stab them to death or stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'll be damned. Like, worst case scenario, I'll have to run home because, like I said, I live really close. I just thought this was a great story time to bring to the table because there is a lot of weird shit going on. And ladies that are single moms, I haven't taken my kid to the park in like a month. I've always been aware of these things. I've always been really careful of, you know, being out with my daughter by myself. But now I'm like on high alert because it's like, I couldn't have imagined that happening with my daughter there. Like, that is so scary. That is such a stressful situation. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be careful. Don't give out too much information. Just be prepared for anything because you just never know. We live in a time, unfortunately, where you have to really hesitate to help a kid that randomly comes up to you asking for help. You have to be, you know, cautious if somebody's knocking on your door, even if they're bleeding to death. If you don't have a Ring camera, you need to get a Ring camera. My advice, I'm not a police type of person, but you know what? It just is what it is. If you need some help, baby, I'm staying in my car, I'm staying in my house. I will call the police for you. Okay, those are the people that can help you. I can't help you. I don't know where that place is. I can't give you directions. I can't put you in my house because somebody's like, I'm not getting involved at this point. Just be careful out there, guys, because it's crazy out here. Okay, get yourself some protection, get yourself some stuff, share your location with your family. I don't know. Be extra cautious. That is the story time for today. I have, I believe, 3 other story times that people suggested that I talk about, which I think are really good. After we come back from vacation, I might do a little segment on those story times. If you guys have any other topics you guys would like for me to cover, I will more than gladly do so. Hit the comments down below, or you guys can add my Instagram and hit my DM with some topics. I want to thank everyone who has recently subscribed to my channel for the love and support. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys this weekend for our little vacation. Bye.